live with my mom, just like we did last week, Sunday afternoon. And we had such a great response that we're doing it again, and we're going to do it every week. So as some of you who joined us last week, hang on, I'm just going to tag you here in my post. Here we go. That way people can find us. So last week we had such a great response. And so we thought, my mom is such a wealth of knowledge. I'm just going to tag you here. I'm trying to multitask. Okay. We wanted to share this. Okay. So, hey, everybody jumping on. There's a little delay in seeing everybody, but my mom is a wealth of knowledge in all kinds of areas of health and fitness. You wonder where I get it, right? But she has some really great, really quick little things that you can do throughout your day. And so she started sharing a couple with us last week. And so I'm just going to let her take it away. This is my mom, Barbara Postman. And Mom, what are we going to talk about today?
Well, I said to Robin, last week we talked a little bit about doing things for your hands. And one point I wanted to make is most of you are young, a lot younger than I am, but my experience has been sometimes when I have an area that's sore or that needs working on, and I start to work on it, I get sore in a different way, and it sort of hurts a little bit. But and it's really important not to get discouraged and just keep going, because that goes away. But that happens to me a lot. I tend to overdo a little bit and try something without, sometimes you just have to take it easy, and I don't do that. So when you have that, that's a different kind of ache and pain than what you have when you have a chronic nagging pain that's bothering you, or weakness, for example, in your hands. So I just wanted to share that, and if anybody has any questions.
Is it kind of like if you go to the gym, right?
Yeah, sort of
muscles are working, you don't get discouraged because you got to keep going and keep getting stronger, right?
Right, and with something like your hands, you're not used to being sore in your hands because you've worked them, because people don't spend much time actually working their hands, which is a big problem, because we're designed to do lots of work. The body, we're designed for a lifestyle that we had thousands of years ago, and we don't have that now. And so the hands are really designed to do a lot of work. And now so many problems that we have with our hands are when we do this, as we all do. Anybody relate? Right, exactly. So anyway, I just want to continue with the theme of combating some of the things that happen when we spend too much time on our phone or on our computer is our neck. I'm sure you've all heard of text neck and forward head and all that.
Like that, right?
Right, exactly. And your head actually weighs, what is it, Robin? It weighs a lot. And it's meant to sit, I'm going to turn sideways. It's meant to sit on your spine in a neutral way, not be like that. And yet when we're sitting here, we're looking at our phone all the time, scrolling or whatever, looking at the computer. We just spend a lot of time with our neck like that. So one thing you can do, which is so simple, it's ridiculous how simple it is, but it can be very powerful, is all you do, it's called head ramping. And you push your chin, you don't look down, you look straight ahead, and you push your chin back. So what you're doing is you're engaging the muscles in the back of your neck, which are overstressed, stretch from all of that hanging down and holding the head up all the time. So you do this, and you put a little sticky on your phone or something to remind you to do this and start making a habit. We don't drive as much as we used to, but because everybody's staying home, but it's good to do this quite often during the day and catch yourself. You'll see, if you start paying attention, you'll see how much you're sitting there hanging your head off your neck. And that takes its toll after a while. It makes your shoulders back here tight. It makes your back, we're all connected. It's this huge chain, and it can have a huge impact. I had this one woman, I gave a little talk about moving and little movements, and I just gave a few little tips, and this one was included. And this woman came up to me afterwards, a woman I'd worked with, who was very fit. And really high powered. She had two little babies and worked all the time and everything. She said she's been having trouble with her neck ever since her second pregnancy, and she's been everywhere. And the first time she started to do this, she felt the difference and how much that mattered. So give it a try and let me know if you have any questions.
So on that topic, wanted to share. Can you hear an echo? Hopefully not from your end. So if your neck is in neutral, your head weighs approximately 10 to 12 pounds, which is where it's supposed to sit, like right up and down, right? So at 15 degrees of rotation forward, it goes to about 27 pounds.
Wow.
At 30 degrees, your head goes to about 40 pounds. So 45 degrees is about 49 pounds, 60 degrees, about 60 pounds, 90 degrees hanging down, it says not measurable. But you can just imagine as you just sit here, I've caught myself in pictures. Hey, Sharon, I'm just seeing you're jumping on. I've caught myself, actually, somebody has taken a picture in a room of a group of people, and I was in the room, and I was like this, because that's how I am a lot. And I saw myself, and I was like, oh my gosh, my head is forward. And it really hit home because it was so far down. And then I saw this chart of how much your head weighs when it's pulling down. It's just what you were talking about. It just stretches and puts so much strain on the back of your neck. This is huge. I know when you first told me about this, again, like the wrist and hand thing, when you first told me about this, it was just like life-changing for me, just like you're talking about your other friend. And yesterday, I have a lot of posterior neck issues from an injury ages ago to the front of my neck, but I have to really watch this and I can get some bad headaches. And yesterday I had spent a lot of time on the computer and I try to be cognizant, but I could feel it just starting to blow up back here. I could just feel the muscles were mad. And I spent, while I was brushing my teeth, because I don't like taking medications either, while I was brushing my teeth, I spent time doing what you're talking about, and it was gone before I went to bed.
Yeah, and also sometimes you can press your forehead to make an isometric pressure that's actually engaging those muscles even more. And, it's really subtle. The body is amazing at adapting. And so if you spend a lot of time, you're not conscious of how much those muscles are working, but it catches up to you pretty quickly in ways all the way down the chain, as I said, and your trapezius and your all around your neck, your back, and your head. And you can really, some people have lots of headaches that can be really helped a lot by doing this head ramping. So try and link it to something else you're doing. So you could, like brushing your teeth or some little thing, or something you're doing more often, and give it a go. And also just try and start a new habit when you're looking at your phone, to bring your phone up a little bit more and not be down here so much. And that can also make a difference.
Yeah, so, your phone or do something for sure.
Right. And I have another thing for the shoulders, which will help, because this whole area is affected by that kind of posture and by how much sitting we do. And this is called hitchhiking pizzas.
This is new for me, Paul. I'm learning with you. I love it.
Well, you've seen this, Robin. You just haven't maybe heard it. Let's see if I can figure it out.
I don't know the name, but maybe I've seen it before.
What you're doing is you're acting like you're hitchhiking like this. You want your chest down, The big thing is the position of your chest is really, when people say stand up straight, they go like this. And so what they're doing is they're actually bending their lower back, which is not what you're supposed to be doing. Your chest is back. Your shoulders are supposed to go back on their own. They have a lot of motion to them. I don't know if you can see that. They have this motion to them, which doesn't require you going like this and putting pressure on your lower back. So that's what this is. You stand up straight. You make sure that your chest, really hold your chest, like almost curl your chest down, but yet stand up straight, if you know what I mean. And act like you're hitchhiking with both hands, and that you're holding a very heavy pizza or something, or a weight. You can actually do it with weights too. So what you're doing is this, and you're engaging. You can feel, especially if you feel that the weight is very heavy, and you make sure that the thumb like this is to make sure that you're externally rotated in your shoulders, so that you go back like this. You will feel those back muscles engage. And this is really easy to do, like while the microwave is. I always use that example. How many times you watch the microwave dinging? But
like, there you go.
Right. No, but that's just one thing. If you can pick something and you can do this, it really is so easy, and it's available to you. That's the thing with the head ramping and the hand thing. You don't need any equipment. It's available to you wherever you are if you're standing in line. This one is great because it's subtle. You don't have, nobody can even notice you're doing it. You're standing somewhere waiting for somebody, or if you're talking on the phone with your hands free, you can try it there too. So that's another one that, get those back muscles going, because they're all, when you're like this, that's what we're really abusing is our whole back, our whole back side. Posterior, right, exactly.
Yeah, that's really, those two alone. I mean, I have never heard it called the hitchhiking pizzas. I like that. Now I'm going to remember it. There's a few, when I was in therapy for my shoulder, they showed me a few, like the neuromuscular regeneration, training your nerves again. And they were like, you grab the kitty and you throw it away, and just ways to think about different things. And it helps visualize what you're doing.
Right.
So I actually,
I have one more I thought of that I wanted to tell people about, because what I really try to do is think of what I call movement moments, because as I said before, we're really made not to be sitting around. We outsource all these conveniences we have in life, and all these super easy things that have made life easier for us have basically outsourced our movement, so that we have remote controls for the TV, we have automatic systems that turn things on. And so we're not doing physical movement to get the average, to get the everyday tasks done. It's a good thing because we have so many of them, probably a lot more than anybody had when they were walking, when they didn't have them. So it's great that we have these labor-saving devices, but it's movement-saving devices too. And so we have to move. So one thing that I've been doing that I really love is I cook quite a bit. And I'm at the sink and preparing and chopping and all that. And most of us, when we're standing there, have a tendency to lean forward and just lean up against the sink or the counter. Everybody does that. Now, the best posture is back with your weight over your heels. So the best thing to do is take advantage of that time and stand on one foot. I mean, you might start out, depending on how your balance is, you might not be able to stand on one foot while you're also chopping vegetables or washing or something. But you'd be amazed at how fast you can do it. You get good at it. And you can refine it. You can add things. Once you're standing on one foot, then you can raise and lower on your toes and up and down on one foot.
So what are the benefits of standing on one foot?
Well, what you're doing is you're engaging many, many more muscles on your legs when you're on. Well, first of all, it's very important to have good balance, especially as you get, the older you get, but good balance is very important. So that's number one. Number two is because we sit so much, our rear muscles, our butt muscles, the side of our hip, all those muscles are underused. When you stand on one leg, you engage. That's what you're doing, and you're balancing. You're engaging all those muscles on the side of your leg and on the back of your leg to keep you up. There's micro movements in balancing, and so you're moving things that don't move when you're sitting, and it's not taking any extra time. So that's what's so great about it, and it's very powerful. Just remember to do them evenly on both legs.
Alternate legs.
Right. So you might tend to favor one or the other. I do that every time I go to balance. I notice I balance on my left foot first, because for some reason I can, and so I make myself balance on my right foot.
Where you're strong.
Right.
I'm that way too. My side, I have more trouble on the right side, so I tend to stand more on my left. So I have to make myself stand on the right.
Yeah, exactly.
It's hard.
We all have something we're favoring because of previous things that happened, and as I said, the body is so adaptable and makes compensations all the time. So
right.
That's it. What do you think?
I love it. And I've been reminded too to stand. I spent a lot of time cooking today in the kitchen. I try to hold everything back here, but I don't stand on one foot, and I need to start doing that more. I love it. It's really great. And it looks like there's been a lot of people tagging. Sharon, you've tagged a bunch of friends. I love it. I'm excited to share this.
If you have any questions or anything you want, any requests for us to talk about, shoot Robin a note or a message or whatever. You put a comment in, because we're happy to talk about any of those areas that you want. It's really fun.
Yeah, and my mom's side. Anyway, either message either one of us. You can drop comments below, but we're doing this once a week because you all, it's so important. And just like my mom said, especially now, more and more of us are working virtually. Even if you are not working for yourself, if you have I talked to our insurance office yesterday, they're all working from home. Everybody at the insurance company.
Which means they're sitting.
Which means we're at home. They're not, but they're also, sorry, I have a piece of hair. They're on their computers more. And they're, because they're home, they don't have to get up and go travel. Like you say, that there's less travel time in between. So this phase of our life, we're very fortunate to be able to work from home with all of our technology. And it's a huge blessing in so many ways. But the flip side is we have to really take care of ourselves in ways we didn't have to do as much. Maybe we always needed to, but maybe not quite as much as before. So hopefully you guys got some value out of this today. I know, Sharon, you've been amazing, tagging a whole bunch of people. If you are watching this and you think of somebody that you need to tag that says, hey, they need this information, feel free to share the video or feel free to tag them. And again, if you have things you would like us to talk about, we're not doctors, but we sure have gone through a lot of life and figured out a lot of ways to help prevent a trip to the doctor, if at all possible. So here's to a healthy week. It's Sunday. Hopefully you have done some self-care today. If you haven't, there's still time. The day's not over, no matter what time zone you're in. So have an amazing day and an amazing week. And Mom, thanks again for jumping on. We're going to
thank you for doing this, Robin, and hi to everybody, and have a good evening.
Thank you. You all have a great week. We'll talk to you all soon.
Bye.